Pier Paolo Pasolini is one of the most important intellectual figures, not just in Europe in 20th century. His story is very, very interesting. He was born in Friuli, north of Italy, in real border, in the border of different cultures. From one side, Italian, Friulan culture, which is also a very specific part of Italy, Austrian, because Austrian border is very close, and former Yugoslav border. His father was Italian military, and the story of the family in the Second War was very tragic. His youngest brother was killed as a member of Italian resistance movement, but just few days before the end of the war. And this missing of the young brother marked strongly his personal experience, but also asked him about his position in not just in the family, but also in the society. Because the young brother decided to go to make the war, to fight against fascists, and Pasolini is not. But his all work, all his career after was practically homage to the brother. And so he started as a young teacher in the countryside. He started to write the poetry in Friulan language, and it's very important part of his poetry is written in this regional Italian dialect. Then when he moved to Rome, very quickly he entered in very important intellectual milieu with the writers like Moravia or Elsa Morante, and with very important cinema makers like Fellini, Rossellini, and he started his film career. But in the same time, he wrote the novels, the poetry, philosophical essays, and he was very important polemic in Italian society. Also, one other paradox, he was very influenced by Marxism, but from other hand also by Catholic Church, so very paradoxical mixture. He proposed the answers to how to transform, how to change Italian society, who passed through the strong transformation after the war. Old society of peasants, of workers disappeared. Even the old world of aristocracy disappeared. And what's happened? He saw the biggest problem in the new society of consummation. And he said the capitalist word of consummation, it's the practically same as the word fascism. So it's the new form of fascism. So the consummation cover all differences in the society. Then his films, all his career was so provocative. From the first films like Acatone, Mamma Roma, when he was so strongly connected with the Italian neorealism, to the last film like Salò or 120 Days of Sodom. Probably the last film was also connected because the film was based on the last days of fascist regime in Italy, but he showed how this fascist society is so similar to the society in Europe in 70s, and probably the right side, the extreme right, conservatives, they order his murder. And even today, 40 years after his death, practically the process is not yet finished. We don't know who exactly ordered his murder. But for me, Pasolini is really a figure of resistance. From one side, and from other side, he's career is so rich. When we put together novels, poetry, cinema, theater, we can probably compare his work just with one other European artist from same generation or little youngest, like Rainer Fassbinder, and they was fighting for the complete freedom. I mean, for the individual freedoms, but also for the responsibility. For Pasolini, each member of society needs to fight to conquer the liberty of each individual, but also liberty of the society. And his work in language is very important. He transformed completely Italian language to be like an arm to create the new poetic and political revolution. And that's the reason why he's so important even 40 years after his death. I think the new generations looking for the answers for the actual political situation, they cannot find some important answers in the contemporary society, but they are looking to find the real dialogues, the propositions in Pasolini's writing.